Does your kitchen still follow trends that were hot 5 years ago? If so, it might be time for a style check. Kitchen trends move quickly, and some designs that once felt modern now make your space look dated. From worn-out colors to layout choices that just don't work anymore, it's easy to fall behind without even realizing it. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we're revealing 10 outdated kitchen trends you should avoid in 2025. These are the styles designers are officially moving away from, and we'll show you what to try instead. Whether you're doing a full remodel or just want a fresh update, this list will help you create a space that feels current, practical, and beautiful. Before you make your next kitchen decision, make sure it's not something that's already on its way out. Let's dive in and see what to leave behind in 2025. 1. All-white kitchens. There was a time when the all-white kitchen was the ultimate sign of a modern, clean space. White cabinets, white walls, white countertops, it was everywhere. And for good reason. It felt fresh, bright, and simple. But here's the thing, in 2025, that all-white look is officially feeling cold, flat, and a little lifeless. Don't get me wrong, white will always have a place in kitchen design. It's timeless and makes spaces feel bigger. But when everything is white, it can start to feel bland, clinical, and honestly, a bit boring. It lacks warmth. It lacks personality. And most of all, it doesn't reflect the cozy, layered look that's trending right now. In 2025, homeowners and designers are moving toward warmer, more inviting tones. Think soft beiges, warm taupes, creamy off-whites, or even subtle grays with natural undertones. And instead of a single-color kitchen, many are embracing two-tone cabinets, like white uppers with wood or matte green lowers. It adds depth and makes the space feel more custom. Also, white kitchens show everything. Every smudge, every scratch, every spill. If you've ever wiped your cabinets 5 times a day, you know what I mean. So if you're planning a kitchen makeover this year, don't feel pressured to go all white. Instead, try mixing in some warm tones, texture, and contrast to give your kitchen that modern yet inviting feel that 2025 is all about. It's not about tossing out white completely. It's about using it in smarter, softer ways that make your space feel both fresh and full of life. 2. Open shelving overload. Let's talk about open shelving. You've seen it all over Pinterest and Instagram. Rows of neatly stacked dishes, pretty mugs, a little plant, and maybe a cookbook or two. And yes, it looks great in photos. No doubt about that. But in real life? That's a different story. The truth is, open shelving overload just doesn't work for most people, especially in busy homes. Why? Because real life is messy. Unless you're someone who color coordinates their plates and polishes them daily, those open shelves can quickly turn into a cluttered, dusty nightmare. You see, what started as a trendy way to make kitchens feel light and airy has become impractical. Everything is exposed. Every cup, bowl, spice jar, and cereal box is on display. And unless you're constantly tidying up, it can make your kitchen feel chaotic rather than cozy. And let's not forget the dust. With open shelving, you're not just arranging dishes, you're cleaning them even when you're not using them. That's extra work no one asked for. So what's the 2025 solution? Balance. Instead of filling your walls with open shelves, try mixing them with closed cabinetry or glass front doors. This gives you the best of both worlds. A space to showcase your prettiest dishes or decor, and a place to hide the rest. Even better? You get a more polished, intentional look that still feels open, but far more manageable. So if you're planning a kitchen update, resist the urge to go all in on open shelving. Unless you live in a showroom, your kitchen needs to work for your lifestyle, not just for photos. Keep it stylish, yes, but make it livable too. 3. Over-the-range microwaves. Let's be honest, putting the microwave above the stove used to feel like a smart, space-saving idea. You got 2 appliances in one compact area, and it seemed like the perfect setup for smaller kitchens. But in 2025, that design is officially outdated. Over-the-range microwaves are now seen as bulky, awkward, and just not very user-friendly. They break up the clean lines of modern kitchen design and can make your cooking area feel cramped. And let's not even talk about trying to reach hot food above a steamy stove. Especially if you're shorter, or if you have kids helping out in the kitchen. Today's kitchen trends are all about clean sight lines, better flow, and a more thoughtful use of space. And that's why designers are ditching over-the-range microwaves in favor of smarter, more stylish alternatives. One of the most popular upgrades right now is the microwave drawer. These sleek units fit right into your lower cabinets or island, and they open like a drawer with the push of a button. They're safer to use, easier to clean, and they keep your kitchen looking high-end and seamless. Another great option? A built-in microwave cabinet, tucked away at waist or counter height. It frees up your cooking space, keeps everything within easy reach, and helps maintain that clean, modern look that's trending in 2025. If space is tight, don't worry, you can still find creative ways to hide or reposition your microwave. So if you're planning a kitchen update, it's time to say goodbye to the over-the-range microwave. Tuck it away, lower it down, and let your kitchen breathe. 4. Heavy industrial style. Remember when industrial kitchens were all the rage? Exposed pipes, raw concrete countertops, metal bar stools, and matte black everything. It was bold, edgy, and ultra-modern. But in 2025, that hardcore industrial vibe is losing steam. Don't get us wrong, industrial style had its moment. It brought a cool, urban feel to kitchens, especially in lofts and open spaces. But over time, those harsh materials and cold finishes started to feel, well, a little too harsh. And let's face it, who wants their kitchen to feel like a warehouse? Today, people are craving warmth, comfort, and calm, especially in the heart of the home. The 2025 kitchen trend is all about balance. We're moving away from stark and steely, and leaning into softer, more natural finishes that make the space feel welcoming. Instead of cold metals and exposed pipes, try introducing wood elements, like open wooden shelves, a butcher block island, or warm cabinetry. Pair that with earthy tones like clay, sage green, warm terracotta, or soft cream. These colors instantly soften the space and make it feel more livable. And don't forget texture. Incorporate cozy materials like woven light fixtures, linen curtains, or even a textured tile backsplash. These little touches create warmth and depth, something heavy industrial kitchens often lack. So if your kitchen is still stuck in that heavy industrial phase, it might be time for a refresh. Softer doesn't mean boring, it means better. And in 2025, your kitchen should feel just as inviting as it looks. 5. Tiny backsplashes. Remember those little strips of tile that used to sit just above the stove or sink? Yep, the tiny backsplash. A few inches high, sometimes barely noticeable. Well, in 2025, that design trend is officially outdated. Those small backsplashes might have been a quick fix in the past, but today, they just look unfinished. Not only do they fail to protect your walls from splashes and stains, but they also miss a big opportunity to add style and personality to your kitchen. Think about it. The backsplash is one of the first things you see when you walk into a kitchen. It's your chance to make a statement. And a little strip of tile simply isn't doing the job anymore. That's why 2025 is all about the full-height backsplash. We're talking tile, stone, or even slab materials that go all the way from the counter to the upper cabinets, or even the ceiling. These full backsplashes don't just look stunning, they're practical too. They protect your walls from grease, spills, steam, and water. And they're much easier to wipe clean than painted drywall. You can go bold with colorful tiles, eye-catching patterns, or natural stone with rich veining. Or keep it subtle with neutral tones and soft textures that blend beautifully with your cabinets and countertops. Either way, the impact is far greater than that tiny 4-inch strip ever offered. So if your kitchen still has that small backsplash piece behind the stove or sink, it's time for an upgrade. Go big, go bold, or go seamless, but don't go tiny. Your walls, your style, and your future kitchen self will thank you. 6. Busy granite countertops. Let's talk about those bold, speckled granite countertops. You know the ones. Big swirls, loud patterns, and colors that fight for attention. They were everywhere in the 2000s and early 2010s. At the time, they were seen as luxurious and durable, a must-have in any dream kitchen. But in 2025, busy granite countertops are definitely out. Here's why. They make kitchens feel visually heavy and cluttered. The dark spots, speckles, and wild veining can overwhelm the space, especially in smaller or low-light kitchens. Instead of creating a clean and calming atmosphere, they often add chaos and make the room feel dated. Today's homeowners are looking for countertops that feel light, airy, and modern. That's where materials like quartz, soft marble-look surfaces, and subtle solid tones come in. They offer the same durability, sometimes even better, but with a much sleeker appearance. Quartz, in particular, is leading the trend. It comes in a wide variety of colors and finishes, many of which mimic natural stone without the overpowering patterns. Think gentle veining, creamy neutrals, soft grays, and warm whites, designs that complement your space instead of stealing the show. These softer surfaces also let other elements of your kitchen shine, like your backsplash, cabinetry, or lighting. They create a peaceful backdrop that's easy to style, whether you prefer minimalism or something a bit more decorative. And here's a bonus: subtle countertops are more timeless. They won't fall out of fashion as quickly, so your kitchen stays stylish longer. Your kitchen will instantly feel more modern, more open, and more in tune with 2025 design trends. 7. Ornate cabinets. Do your kitchen cabinets have lots of curves, deep carvings, or decorative moldings? If so, they might be sending your kitchen straight back to the early 2000s. While ornate cabinet doors once felt fancy and traditional, in 2025, they're officially considered outdated. These heavily detailed styles can make your kitchen feel busy, heavy, and visually cluttered. And let's be honest, those tiny grooves and intricate moldings? They're dust magnets and a pain to clean. Today's design trend is all about simplicity and clean lines. That's why flat front cabinets, also known as slab cabinets, are becoming the go-to look for modern kitchens. They're sleek, minimal, and timeless. No extra carvings, no bulky details, just smooth surfaces that give your kitchen a fresh and open feel. Plus, they pair beautifully with just about everything, from modern matte black hardware to warm wood tones or even brushed gold accents. Flat front cabinets also help draw attention to other beautiful design features in your kitchen, like a bold backsplash or elegant lighting. When the cabinetry is simple, everything else has a chance to shine. If you still love a little texture or interest, you don't have to go completely flat. Shaker-style cabinets, with their clean frames and recessed panels, offer a perfect middle ground. They're simple enough to feel modern but have just enough character to avoid feeling plain. So if your cabinets still feature old-school arches, raised panels, or decorative flourishes, it may be time for a makeover. Keep it simple, sleek, and stylish, because less really is more in 2025. 8. Matching everything. Once upon a time, matching everything in your kitchen was the gold standard. Same colored cabinets, matching countertops, identical hardware, and maybe even the same tone on the floors. It felt clean, coordinated, like everything belonged. But in 2025? That perfectly matched look now feels flat, boring, and overly staged. Why? Because design has evolved. Today's kitchens are about personality, depth, and contrast, not looking like a furniture showroom. When every surface and detail in your kitchen is the same color or finish, the space loses character. It feels safe, but it also feels forgettable. There's nothing for the eye to catch or explore. That's why modern kitchen design is leaning into layered materials and mixed finishes. It adds dimension, texture, and a more custom look that feels warm and lived in, not just copy from a catalog. For example, instead of doing your entire kitchen in one color, try mixing upper and lower cabinets. Maybe go with warm wood tones below and a soft neutral or muted green above. This creates visual interest and makes the space feel balanced and grounded. Or play with contrast. like pairing white cabinets with a dark countertop, or combining a marble island with matte black or brushed brass hardware. Even small swaps, like using different knobs and pulls or adding open wood shelving, can break up the monotony. Mixing doesn't mean clashing, it's about finding a combination that feels intentional and inviting. And don't worry about trends clashing. 2025 is all about expressing your style in a thoughtful way. So if your kitchen looks like it was built from one single color swatch, it might be time for a little contrast. Break up the matchy-matchy and let your kitchen show some personality. 9. High-gloss finishes. High-gloss cabinets once felt ultra-modern, all that shine, all that polish. They bounced light around the room and gave kitchens a sleek, futuristic vibe. But fast forward to 2025, and that super shiny look? It's officially on the way out. Why? Because high-gloss finishes come with some serious downsides. First, they show everything: fingerprints, smudges, grease splashes, and scratches. If you have kids or cook often, keeping those glossy cabinets spotless becomes a full-time job. And when they're not clean, they quickly look messy or even cheap. That's not what you want in the heart of your home. The new trend in 2025 is all about matte finishes, natural textures, and soft-touch surfaces. They still look modern, but in a calmer, more refined way. No blinding glare. No constant wiping. Just smooth, understated beauty that feels elegant and easy to live with. Matte cabinets, for example, give your kitchen a sophisticated, high-end feel without demanding attention. They absorb light rather than reflect it, which creates a softer, more welcoming atmosphere. Plus, they're more forgiving when it comes to fingerprints or everyday messes, especially in darker colors like deep green, navy, or charcoal. Natural textures are also trending, like wood grain, linen-textured laminates, or even matte stone finishes. These surfaces add warmth, character, and a sense of grounding that glossy finishes just can't offer. So if your kitchen still has that showroom shine from the early 2010s, it might be time to tone it down. Switching to matte or textured finishes won't just bring your space into the present, it'll make it feel more relaxed, modern, and truly elevated. Because in 2025, luxury doesn't shout, it whispers. 10. Empty, oversized kitchen islands. Let's be honest, everyone loves a big kitchen island. It's one of the most requested features in modern kitchen design. But here's the problem: a massive island that's just a slab of stone and nothing else? That's no longer cutting it in 2025. These oversized islands might look impressive at first glance, but if they're not pulling their weight, they're just wasted space. In today's homes, function is just as important as style. And that island? It should be doing a whole lot more than just sitting pretty. That means ditching the giant, empty counter and designing an island that actually works for you. Think built-in drawers, deep cabinets, hidden outlets, pull-out trash bins, or even a second prep sink if you cook a lot. Need more seating? Add a proper overhang and tuck in a few comfy stools. That way, your island becomes a casual dining spot, a homework zone, or a hangout area during parties. And don't forget lighting. A well-lit island feels warm and welcoming. Pendant lights above it not only add brightness but also bring personality and polish to the space. What's trending in 2025 is multifunctional kitchen islands that are beautifully designed but incredibly useful. You want that large footprint to offer storage, seating, style, and smarts, all in one. Even if your kitchen is small, you can still make your island pull double duty. A compact island with shelves, a built-in wine rack, or a microwave drawer can totally transform your space. The key takeaway? Don't just build big, build smart. An empty, oversized island might look fancy in a photo, but in real life, you'll wish it did more. So if you're remodeling or building, make sure your island works as hard as you do in the kitchen. Because in 2025, it's not about how big your island is, it's about what it can do. So, be honest, did any of these outdated trends sound a little too familiar? Maybe your kitchen still has those glossy cabinets, or that busy granite countertop from years ago. Don't worry, you're not alone. Trends come and go, And it's totally normal for homes to hold on to styles that once felt modern. The good news? You don't need a full renovation to make a big impact. Small updates, like swapping out hardware, adding a new backsplash, or rethinking your lighting, can instantly freshen up your space. Now we want to hear from you. Which outdated trend are you most ready to say goodbye to? Drop your answer in the comments. We'd love to know what your kitchen looks like and what changes you're planning. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss out on simple, stylish design tips made just for you. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next one.